The next step, to define calculation schema. Define calculation schema. Here, please make a note of few standards which are already available in SAP. This is for the sake of information. You can see purchasing document RM0000. I'll give you some information. I'll just please make a note of this define calculation schema in general, just calculation schema. Calculation schema defines complete structure of various condition records. Like we created two condition types just now. So similarly, it contains many, in fact, with different condition types, various condition records, along with sequence and control parameters. You can write down this RM0000. It's a SAP standard, what we are finding here. So I'll just select that, go on control data. Now you can observe so many things in this. You need to carefully understand few things. Observe the screen. See, firstly, we have gross price. This is step one. It is defined with gross price. See, we have a few columns where we can say whether this field can be typed manually or whether we have to make it mandatory field. If I just click on this, it becomes mandatory. Then whether it is taken for statistics and where it has to be printed, even that I can define. CX stands for printing at item level, means you have some item, across that item itself the price is printed. Printing at item level, that is X. Yaudu material ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಾ ಆ material, against that material in the same row ನಿಮಗೆ price ಕಾಣಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ we are supposed to take X. Of course X is considered throughout. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ step number, you are observing the step numbers, right? 1 1 2 3 4 5 etc. And here you have from step to two step. Now in this, as I told you, you would have written already this PB00 gross price, PBXX also gross price, RA01 discount. See, RA01 discount is on gross price and RA00 discount on net price. That is the difference between these two discounts. Discount on gross, discount on net. Now slowly I'll just scroll down. You just observe in condition types itself. See, discount where I have, this is step number 10. Just observe, discount is step number 10. Observe that. And now you observe this for RA01, as it is discount on gross price, it is reading from step 1. What is step 1? Are you able to understand this? Gross price. So whatever price you define in this condition, based on that, this discount is applied. Now if it is 100 rupees and discount 10% here, now that 10% will be calculated on price what you define in step 1. So here the price would be 90. Are you understanding this? Why this from given?
Sir, ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 1 ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಹೇಳಿ?
ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ನ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ರೆಫರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 1 ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಫ್ರಮ್. ಇದೆರಡು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 1 and 10. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಟ್. ಫರ್ದರ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಯು ಟು net price. See, vendor discount RL01 we have. So let me just drag a bit so that I can go to net price. Yeah. Now you observe net inclusive of tax. See, net inclusive of discount. So from gross price, all the discounts are considered. Whatever discounts you are going to define based on gross price, it is deducted, and then you have 21 and 22. These two steps include tax. These two steps include tax. So net inclusive of tax is from step 20 to 21. From step 20 to 21, meaning you get some price as net inclusive of discount. On that you are charging tax. Whatever tax you have, that you are charging here. So that is the reason from to 2. Are you getting this, all of you? Abhinav, Nikhil.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes.
One question is there.
Yes.
These steps are defined on what basis they are given random numbers, means 10,
Yeah,
11, 13.
you can define that. Step 1, 2, 3 is left to you, but this is more important.
Okay.
From to
Okay.
how to take.
Okay. Yes, that I understand.
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಸರ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅದು?
ತಿಳಿದ್ ಸರ್. ಸರ್, ಇದು ನೆಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೆಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಲಿಂತ ನೀವು ನೆಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟಬಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೋರಿ ಅಂತ
ಆಗೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ನೆಟ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್,
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್.
Okay. Now I am not going to use this existing record. We'll create one with simple gross price and discount instead of so many parameters, so that it will be very clear in understanding. I'll proceed with that. I'll click on new entries. I'll come back again. I'll redo it, so you will have the connectivity. I'll go to define calculation schema. I just told you what standard is existing. If somebody asks you RM0000, you shouldn't say that I don't know. It is already pre-existing. You can look into this. Just ignore these company names. If you have that, then they are copies of whatever has been created in this demo server as SAP standard. Instead of copying it, I am doing it afresh, new, with condition types what we have created, so that it will be clear. I'll proceed with new entries. So procedure, I'll just name it as YIPO1, which is YIPL pricing procedure 1. YIPL pricing procedure 1. I enter this. Save. So calculation schema, I have created it as YIPO1, YIPL pricing procedure 1. So I'll select this. Now I have to define control data for that. Select this, double click on control data. So step 1, here I should click on new entries. I can call it as step 1, 10, whatever I want. I'll proceed with 1 itself. So counter, I'm just ignoring which counter. This is counter part. In which counter is this condition? If you go to big bazaars, if you go to malls, they have all these things predefined. I hope you have experienced it. So I'm just ignoring this. I'll go directly to condition type. So what is our first condition type? YIGP, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now step 2, YIDP, which is discount price.
DP.
Yeah, DP. Now I'll say here this discount to be calculated from gross price, step 1. Third, I don't have any condition type. I'll directly give it as net price or net value. So I say here, take from step 1 to 2. Hope you understood this. This is quite simple for understanding. I made it easy. Is this fine? All of you?
Sir, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now printing at what level? Of course, at item level. This is X. Print at item level. Discount also, I want it across the item level itself. But whereas net price, for net price, you take it as S. S is at totals level. So you have price across item, discount after that item, and then net price is to be printed at totals level, which is yes. Make a note. Yes. Then subtotal we have here. This is again for the sake of table. See, copy values from KOMP, BRT, WR. This is for gross value. This is a table for gross value. I will take it from there. This table, in fact, I have to take it on that. Gross value, how much discount to be given, KOMP. So just consider this is for table 9.9. Make a note. So I have made this procedure a bit simple for the sake of understanding. You can add tax. If you are adding tax here, then again, if you would like to go with net price and then tax, then you will say in the next net price, you will say you call this as step 3. So 3 to 5 you are going to enter, or 3 to 4 you are going to enter with tax. So that's how you can create with tax. Let us finish this. Then you can just give an attempt. I'll save it. So you can see now gross price, discount price automatically appearing. YIPO1. I have not made anything manual required, or for statistics, I am not making anything. Let the system take. So 1, 2, 3, gross price, discount price, net price. I'll save it. So this is defining the calculation schema, how calculation to be done. After defining calculation schema, next step is to group this procedure with vendors and purchasing organization. So define schema group. Next step, make a note, define schema group. So we cannot say that all the vendors will give some discount. Discount may be given only by few vendors at times also. In that case, what happens is we should take that vendor under a group, because while creating vendor, we have an option to take the vendor under a group. That we'll see. Firstly, we'll define a group now for vendors. Double click. So click on new entries. So I'll name this as YS, YIPL, schema vendor group. Make a note. So I'm just creating a group. Under this group, I have to take some vendor. That we'll see later. First, let me create a group. YS, YIPL, schema vendor group. I'll save this. So for vendor, I have created a group. Next, I have schema for purchasing organizations. Schema for purchasing organizations. Again, I have to create that. Double click. Again, new entries. I'll name it as YSPO, which is YIPL schema group for PURORG, purchasing organizations. YSPO. I'm just naming it as YSPO. I'll save it. YSPO. Please remember these things. Make a note of all that we are creating. Next, assign schema group to purchasing organization. Assign schema group to purchasing organization, which means to say once we assign the purchasing organization to the schema group, whosoever vendor comes under the schema group with the purchasing organization of the company, they are automatically grouped. It is taken together. We'll see that. We'll see that as well. So double click. What is my purchasing organization? It is YIPO. I have to find my purchasing organization in this, and I just take that purchasing organization into schema group. Company purchasing organization schema group ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ YSPO. Enter. Save. So in this step, I did three things. I created a group for vendors. Then I created a group for purchasing organization. I linked the purchasing organization group to company purchasing organization group. These three things we did in this step. These three. Next, after grouping, we have to determine that. How to determine? That is schema determination. Make a note. Define schema determination. Define schema determination. Generally done for purchase orders, not for STO or market price. So determine calculation schema for standard purchase orders. First one. Again, new entries. Now, what is my schema group purchasing organization? YSPO. What is vendor? YS. What is procedure? YIPO1. Now, did you understand how we are grouping all these three together? All of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We defined procedure earlier. Then this procedure cannot be applied for every vendor and every purchasing organization if I have more than one. So for that purpose, I have to take some vendors under a group. So that group is YS and purchasing organization is YSPO. Only with this combination, the condition will work. If combination varies, then that condition is not applicable. Hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
I'll enter. Proceed. This is about schema determination, how system determines. Now let me take some vendor into the schema group. For that, I can directly go to XK02. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ವೆಂಡರ್ ಹೇಳಿ YIPL. Don't remember? Yeah, this is
Correct, sir. Correct.
Okay. So company code YIPL. Then purchasing organization YIPO. Now I'll just select sorry, purchasing data. That is sufficient. Just I'll go with purchasing data. I enter. See, observe schema group vendor I have here. So I am considering this vendor into that schema group. My schema group is YS. It should be visible there. So if I use this vendor for creation of PO, then only the condition which I will be defining will be applicable, or else no. Getting? Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
ವೆಂಡರ್ ನ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕೆಳ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀನಿ. ಯಾವ ವೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಈ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆಂಡರ್ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
I'll save it. So I made the necessary changes. I'll come back. Now to create condition record, make a note. to create condition record, MEK1 T code, MEK1. So what is my first condition type? YIGP, cross price, enter. Any material?
Another time 702, sir.
702, sir.
Okay, 702. So we can have more than one vendor providing discounts, so I can take them under this. And all these vendors should have been considered under the group. Hope that part is clear to you now. So I'm taking same vendor. If I take a different vendor here, then it will not be applicable. Remember. So I'll take rupees 1000, easy for calculation. Unit INR. Unit INR. Nothing much. I'm just defining gross price here. I enter. So this vendor for this material is charging this, and just observe 31/5/2021. How is it appearing?
Sir, ನಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಮಂತ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಂತ.
ಮಂತ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. Condition define ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. Hope you all recollected it. While defining the condition, we had defined it to be valid for this month end. That is the reason it is taking automatically. So I've just defined the gross price here forward and save it. Condition is saved. Now, next condition, DP, discount price. Same material, same vendor. Yeah, while defining discount, observe this. Let us go with some 9% discount. If I take 9, now I am not going to enter here as unit INR, as I would like to define it in terms of percentage. So I come to this column, calculation type. I come to this column, calculation type, where I consider it as A. A stands for percentage. Make a note. Under calculation type, select A. A is for percentage. Select A.
So what is that amount mean, sir?
Percentage 9% ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. 9% ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಈ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ ಆಗ ನಾವಲ್ಲಿ 1000 ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಒಳಗ.
ಹೌದೌದು, ಅದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಪ್ರೈಸೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1000 INR ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, 1000 rupees ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1000 ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ರುಪೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, 9% ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅರ್ಥ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, once you select A and enter, what are the observations that you can make? Can you see percentage automatically taken?
Yes sir. Yes.
And here you have minus. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Why minus?
Discount.
And in condition type we had taken it as X, remember? Negative.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And here I deliberately left for the second time without selecting till month end, because of which it is showing 99.99. So are you able to connect back to the condition type?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll save it. So both the condition records I have created. Now let us see whether it works. Hopefully, as the server, demo server at times, in fact, Srinivas is experiencing it.
Yes, sir.
One after the other due to FIFO settings not being proper. So I'll proceed.
Sir,
I'll proceed. Let me complete this. Let us try. Observe this carefully. YIPO purchasing group. In this, you should not enter, when it comes to item related data, you should not enter the net price. Abhinav is working on this, hope he knows it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
शायद आपको ये कस्टमाइजेशन पता नहीं था ना?
No, sir. No, sir.
Observe, I have given material number, PO quantity. I didn't define net price. Don't enter net price. System should take that. I enter this. I simply enter material quantity and plant. Now you observe in net price what has happened. I didn't enter that net price. What happened?
Sir, discounted price it is.
Sir, discount. Yes.
Discounted price it is appearing. And Abhinav, this is what you are observing at your workplace, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is a background configuration for that.
Yes, yes.
So delivery date, it says, okay, 10/5. But where do we see this net price? See, we have condition here.
Condition.
So under conditions, I can see that this is 1009%. So total value is also appearing here. So it has automatically calculated. And how it calculates automatically, I had given the condition based on quantity. Remember that?
Yes,
Based
sir.
on quantity. So because of that, it automatically takes, and you are getting the net price automatically being calculated by the system. So I enter, and of course, contract is existing for this material. Probably we had used same material for contract also. System is saying that. That's the reason. Please have multiple materials so that you will not get such kind of messages. You can have contract, you can have scheduling agreement maintained for the same, no problem. You can still proceed. I'll save it. So that was the message given by system. Contract appears for same material. So this is done. This is how we do configuration for pricing. Now in this, quickly I would like to demonstrate one more thing. I would like to take some other vendor for the sake of understanding. I'll take this vendor. This vendor is not under conditions. Fine. You know that this vendor is not taken under condition schema group. You know that. So I'll quickly go with creation of PO. You see now it is asking, of course, plant, let me provide. Observe now, price, I'll be able to enter here. Whereas I was not able to do that in the earlier case, system was automatically taking.
Yes,
Got the
sir.
difference?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I think I have entered the plant wrong. Plant is YIBP. I have entered PI. Yeah. Order quantity violates rounding rules. That is fine. Now I would like to give you one more additional information. Now, if the vendor is giving discount, let us assume only for this particular material, in such case, if I have one more, if the vendor is giving discount, I can go to conditions here directly. I can go to conditions. There I'll select vendor discount. I have one condition which is standard, which is already existing. That is RL01 vendor discount. I can select that. It's taking a while to load. It's not allowing, probably just configure it so. Let me just attempt again. For RL01, I'll take 8%. 8% discount. Just observe the screen. What happened? Are you able to see this is blocked?
Yes, sir.
Because of the discount what we gave as condition, part of condition, it is automatically taking 8% minus. So for a particular thing, if required, you can also add like this, but this is only discount. Whereas when you are creating condition, as you saw in RM0000, the standard, you have so many things: surcharge, freight, tax, basic price, discount, maybe some other taxations and so on. So many terms will be there. They are to be considered, and condition table is designed for that. So what is the advantage of it? You can proceed with creation of POs without bothering about net price. See, whatever price it appears here, that needs to be, that is meaning is that you are supposed to pay that to the vendor. In that case, it will be foolproof, because if you just enter 10 more in net price, it will create a lot of complications if it is not proper. Unnecessarily, the business should be held until you clarify it, get it cleared before proceeding with any further business with that vendor or any other further action to be taken. In order to restrict all those, this pricing procedure and defining it under conditions will be helpful. That's the reason this configuration setting is available. And you know that many places where you go, the person who is billing there is least bothered about calculation. They'll simply place the material there, they'll get the net price, they'll just ask you, you need to pay this, take the bill and leave. That's how this is configured and the purpose. Please do try this. We have around 6 minutes left. I would like to end this here. I can't take up any other topic within available time. Yeah, you can just attempt this. Tomorrow we'll take a break and we'll continue from next week. Abhinav, I'll just make a call to you. I'll just message you. Let me see if we can fix those errors what you are getting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll share these videos after some time. You can look into it and practice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.